Hello people, this is Bob here, with quite a sore throat, and I'm dressed as a ghost, because it's kind of Halloween. I'm just going to give you my thoughts on Cyber Sunday. I'm standing up, this is a bit weird for me, I'm sorry. Yeah, it starts off with Finlay versus Rey Mysterio, and a stretcher match. As I was watching this, I was just thinking it was a bit, I don't know, a little bit mediocre. But looking back on it, it had quite a nice flow to it really, and there was some good psychology with the stretcher, and plus there was some funny as fuck botches in this one, especially when the cable was wrapped around the stretcher as Ray was pushing it, and then it looked like they had to make up the finish pretty much with Ray picking up Finlay and dumping, but it's they were allowed to use the shillelagh as well that was on the top corner, and it was an alright kind of match, I suppose. Yeah, good opener indeed. Ray got the duke by putting Finlay over the line. I don't know where Ray or Finlay's going to go from there, but there you go. And I think the next match was CM Punk versus The Miz. Yeah, the fans, I was really skeptical that the fans didn't choose anything, that the voting is rigged or whatever, but I don't know, I couldn't see the management choosing The Miz, to be honest. So I think the fans chose The Miz, and I really enjoyed this match. There was a lot of mat wrestling and some near falls, and I know CM Punk had this kind of smirk on his face while he was kicking The Miz and stuff, and it was all generally quite entertaining and that, and he got a fairly decent wrestling match out of The Miz, although I was really laughing at the crowd chanting "You can't wrestle" at The Miz and Y2J. There's a lot of Y2J chants in the night actually, but yeah, that was cool I suppose. Next match, oh yeah, I think it was Kennedy and Hardy, because Shawn Michaels got asked, was inevitably chosen to face Orton later on. They had not as good a match as they normally would have, or indeed could put on really. Didn't like the finish. It was Jeff Hardy had an accidental and Kennedy capitalised on it. I mean, Kennedy, he is over as hell, but I think at this point he should be winning with a finisher of some sort. But I think I will do a video on my thoughts on Kennedy, because they need to be addressed. But yeah, Kennedy won that one. Shit, what else was there? Oh yeah, there was MVP and MVP and Kane. What can I say? The action was good, but I just thought, I don't know, for some reason I was really thinking there was going to be a title change. I thought there'd be a bit of a Matt Hardy run in, but obviously he was injured and stuff. And yeah, MVP got counted out basically, and Kane won, and it was just filler. It was just filler, and it's just annoying. They'd hype up a impromptu US title match, and just for it to be filler. Yeah, that was quite annoying, but what can you do? And I think the next match was Randy Orton against Shawn Michaels. I don't know, the match was alright, but it was a bit slow paced for my liking. Bit of a Randy Orton style match with the chin locks and that backbreaker thing he does. And Shawn Michaels did a real good kind of plancher towards the beginning of it. That was entertaining and stuff. Yeah, well, basically it just ended it picked up towards the last 3-4 minutes of it, and then Orton low-blowed HBK for and that was a disqualification, and that was a shitty outcome on a title match. But yeah, and then at the end of the match it looked like Orton was gonna do the kick of doom on Shawn Michaels' head again, but then Shawn Michaels pounced and super kicked him, which was really cool. And plus there was also Y2J chants during this too. I'm more like a druid than a ghost at the moment, but hey, what? That's good. It's almost Halloween. Yeah. Okay, how much time? Alright. Yeah. So then there's Triple H and Umaga, and the fans picked a street fight. This is one of the better matches on the card. Triple H won, of course, with the sledgehammer, as I predicted he would, although it wasn't the first blood match. It's a very entertaining match. I loved Umaga's frog splash on the announce table. That was amazing, and a lot of brawling out in the crowd, but it was done really well, unlike some things I've seen recently. And it was just real entertaining match, and it was real good, I thought. Just really well paced and stuff, and Umaga seemed like a monster in it, and that's what could you ask for from a Triple H match, Yeah, Triple H got the win. And then there's the last match, arguably the best match. It was either that one or the Triple H Umaga one. Undertaker and Batista started off fairly slow, but still had a good flow to it. They were chaining off reactions to each boot and flip or whatever, and you got to see Undertaker do a lot of that, a lot of counters and reversals and power moves, and just a brilliant kind of power match really, with Austin as referee. And yeah, lots of false finisher kind of things, and it ended with Batista doing the bomb on Undertaker twice for Batista to finally get a victory over the Undertaker. And yeah, that's Cyber Sunday. I enjoyed this pay-per-view a lot. Of WWE pay-per-views recently, I enjoyed this one a lot more. Probably enjoyed this one the most since Backlash time. I don't know, everyone really rates Backlash, but I think that's only because Truth Slayer said so, and everyone seems to believe him. And it was a great pay-per-view, don't get me wrong, but it might be slightly overrated. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, it was Cyber Sunday was cool. I'd recommend it, watching it, especially the last two matches. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. Have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you soon.